Yes, coming to GPN branch, yes, GPN branch did played a major role. Like they had a role in the internship. First of all, branch played a role. Like Sprinkler was only allowing CSE and DDCSE to give the coding rounds. So we had limited number of students. So branch played a role. And coming to GPA criteria, so there was no cutoff criteria for sitting in the coding round. Everybody was allowed. But when it came to shortlisting student for interviews, so like many students have same marks in the coding round, so when it came to shortlisting students, so GPA played a major role there. Like students with decent GPA were shortlisted for the interviews. So yes, this was the criteria. To the rounds that we had at Sprinkler, so the first round that we had was a coding round, technical round. And the pattern of the technical round was 3 questions, 50 marks, 75 marks and 100 marks. So depending on the pattern, depending on the marks, there was difficulty, easy, medium and hard. And anyone who does competitive programming regularly on various platforms like Codeforces, CodeChef, etc. can easily solve those questions. Like yes, those questions were of good level, but one can easily solve. And even if you collect questions from different colleges, it would help you, because sometimes the questions are quite similar, which are asked to different colleges. So these were the questions in the coding round. Like we had graph questions and binary search. So these were the topics, general topics. And now coming to the technical round, so we were to have 3 technical rounds and 1 HR round. So the first technical round, I was interviewed by a couple of interviewers. So both the interviewers were like quite frank to me. They asked me about myself. They asked about my project, what all I did with my project, and basic project questions, asked me to explain my project and all. After doing this, they started asking data structures and algorithm question, and rest of the round comprised of only data structures and algorithms. Like in total, they asked about 6 questions, and all the 6 questions were from data structures and algorithm. They started from arrays, move to priority queues, DFS, BFS, binary trees, decision trees. So all these comprised in the first round. Like it was a medium round. I won't call it tough or easy. It was medium like questions, and I was asked to implement all the code on a Google Doc. So and I was also asked to dry run on some basic test cases. They also asked me to give some test cases which are probable to fail. So this was what I did, and after some debugging of the codes, like this round went very smooth. And after this round, the second round was also a technical round, and in this technical round I had one interviewer, and this interviewer was quite strict, and he didn't focus on data structures and algorithms much. Rather than he focused on designing questions, and in designing he looked for problem solving skills also. So I was asked to implement some data structures and everything. Like when I was doing one of the questions, I started using set of STL, but he asked me not to use that, and he asked me to implement the whole set, the whole AVL tree, and do various operations on the AVL tree. So this was a difficult part of the interview. I was even asked to implement the whole C++ hash map with different functionalities, and how am I using those functionalities with OOPS and classes and everything. And various designing questions were also asked. So at the end of this round, I was asked basic OOPS questions like inheritance, virtual functions, polymorphism, and everything that you can expect from OOPS, like namespaces, etc. And everything was like in quite detail. So this was the second technical round. It was kind of tough, but I qualified for this round, and I think 5 students were shortlisted after this round, and we all were made to skip the third round. I think maybe due to the lack of time or due to the lack of number of students, because we were only 5 in number. So after this, we directly had our HR interview. So in the HR round, the interviewer was quite like she was quite friendly, and it is one of the basic and one of the most easy rounds in any interview. If you know how to speak and how to manipulate, and like if you know how to express your feelings, you can easily be selected. Only advice for this round will be like, be honest and speak whatever comes to your mind. So she basically asked me some questions like, where are you from, tell me something about yourself, your past experiences in your past internship experiences, and various things like my the clubs which I am associated to, my co-curriculars, etc. She gave me some of the points of the company that I agree with, and why do I agree with the motives of the company, and what would I like to see in a company, what would I not like to see in a company. So this was one of the like basic and the easy round. So all the 5 students who were shortlisted for the HR round qualified this round, and all of them were offered internships. Coming to interview preparation, so I would basically like that you must know competitive coding. So anyone who is practicing competitive coding from 1 year or 6 months can easily crack interviews and coding rounds. So you must be consistent with competitive coding, with all the short contests and the long contests that keeps happening on CodeChef, Codeforces and other competitive platforms of your own choice. So first priority will always be competitive coding, and after competitive coding for preparation, in the last phases, in the last 2 months or 3 months, you can practice on Interview Bit, Geeks for Geeks, Lead Code. They all have a similar set of questions and various good questions that are often asked in interviews. So you can practice and brush up your skills on that, and you must have the faith and belief on competitive coding, because even if some questions are asked which is like you have never solved those questions, so you must have full faith on your ability to solve questions so that you can solve on the spot. And except that, I will also prefer you all to study object oriented programming from Geeks for Geeks if possible, or E Balaguru Swami. Like there is more than enough on that. And like other thing that is asked in interviews are project. Like in Sprinkler, project was not given that much importance, but in other companies that I was interviewed, and in other companies that I was interviewing, and I also contacted my friends, like projects are given importance. So you need to have at least 2 good projects, and you need to know everything about that project. Like if the interviewer is from your project domain, he or she can grill you up. So you must know about your project, but still I will say 70% competitive coding, 30 to 20% project. So you must have a project, and so these all can be summed up for an interview preparation. Main preparation is only done during the summers or during the last 2 to 3 months. Before that, you must be regular with competitive coding and project stuffs. Okay, is no better than a wrong answer? Obviously yes. No is always better than a wrong answer. Not only in an interview, not only if you go to corporate world, but everywhere, no will always be better than a wrong answer. Because if you will try to manipulate the interviewer by giving wrong answers, he or she will easily catch you. And if you directly say, sir, I don't know this question, so this will also depict your honesty on that topic, and it will also show your honesty to the interviewer. Like I was asked about relational databases and operating systems. So these were the topics which I didn't study because this was not in my course. So I simply said them, sir, that I had not studied yet. So they didn't ask questions on these topics. So basically I will prefer always have no, always have the courage to say no. And even if you are asked some coding questions and you are not getting to a solution, so after trying 5 to 7 minutes, learn to say no to the interviewer so that he or she can ask the next question. So yes, no will always be a preferable answer than a wrong answer. Okay, so importance of work experience. Yes, work experience is something that will differentiate you from the crowd. Like I also had previous internship experience, so like this will be the first question from every interviewer in every round, like what did you do in that internship. So you should basically start explaining everything that you did, and here you must explain the technical things that you did, but you also should explain that yes, you know about the corporate world, how things are done, and how do you manage your work. So these are the various things that must be explained in work experiences. And yes, projects, how would you explaining the project? So all the interviewers will be asking, tell me something about your project. So with the technical details that are in your project, you must also explain that where the project will be used, how can you improve your project, what were the data structures that you used, what motivated to make this project, do you had any group, how you tackled your group while doing the project. So these are the things that the interviewers looks for, rather than skills and the technical things that you did in project. He or she will also be looking for your management skills in those parts. So work experience and projects do play a major role, and you must be sound with it. Okay, do soft skills matter in an interview? Yes, soft skills do matter in the interview. First, let me tell you, I am associated to two clubs in our college, Abhay Dramatics Club and Chainika Sangh, and these two clubs have played a major and a very big role in my interviews and everything that I have done. So like in an interview you need to explain your solutions, so you must have a good like, I'm not telling you all to join clubs. If you are not a part of any club, still you can have good soft skills, because if you don't have good soft skill and if you are a very good coder, you will not be able to explain your approach. So, and in the corporate world you need to work in a group environment, so you must be able to convince people on your approach. You must be able to explain your approach. Even today I am giving an interview, so this is only because of my soft skills that I have acquired from my clubs and from the various activities and programs that I have done. So I would prefer to have very good soft skills, very good communication skills that you can easily acquire by talking to your friends or from any club. And yes, they look for soft skills not in the technical rounds, but yes, they surely look in the HR round. Okay, so in an interview you must have a strong point. Like, there are various sections in an interview. There are 4 to 5 sections. So you must have a section which is exceptional, which makes you different from everybody. Like for me, it was my GPA or my work experience which made me different from everybody. Like for some students, it's their competitive coding skills, like the ranks they mention, the ratings they mention. For some of them, it's their project development skill. So you must have something which is very attractive to the interviewer, so the interviewer shifts to those questions. So for a resume, you must have a very good section, and rest all sections should be well balanced. It's not like that you don't have a very good coding profile. You must also have a good competitive profile, like a decent GPA, and also good project profile, and if possible work experience. But you must have one section that will attract the interviewer most. Okay, so common mistakes which I feel. First of the mistakes that I feel is giving more importance to project. Yes, projects are very important, but from an interview point of view, I would rather prefer to have a good project and very decent competitive profile, rather than having a good competitive profile and a decent project. So don't give too much stress to your project. Have a project, have the knowledge of the project, and that's all. And other mistakes that students do often commit is wasting their times on stuffs which are not productive. Like if you are doing questions of lower rating, like you are giving 100 to 150 questions on lower rating questions of 1300 and 1400 rating questions, so this is not going to help you. So and the students are also afraid of studying various advanced data structures, topics and everything. So you must not be scared. You must have the basic knowledge of everything. Don't be scared of learning any topic, and prefer on quality of questions rather than quantity of question. Other mistakes that I feel is that people at the end of their interviews don't practice on interview bit, Geeks for Geeks, and underestimate these platforms. But no, these platforms are quite helpful, because the questions that are asked in interview and the competitive coding that we do on Codeforces, CodeChef, etc. are quite different. So you must have the knowledge of what are the questions that are asked. So these are the things that people lack during interview preparation. Okay, so errors that we do in an interview. First of the error is giving too much time to a question. Suppose you are asked a question and if we are not able to solve the question, we tend to give a lot of time. So that will only keep on wasting your time, and that won't be productive. The other error we do is, like, I will always suggest to keep asking questions to the interviewers. Like even if you are writing a code, so keep asking, sir, what should I take as an input, what functions should I make, but don't ask silly questions to the interviewer, or else he or she can get irritated. Other thing is that always try to indent your code. Like, you won't be doing your coding on dev C++ or any editor that will itself indent the code. So always try to have a good indentation. That will be a extra effort, and interviewer will notice that effort, that you are doing indentation. And the next thing is avoid writing the whole code in a single part. Like, use functions for different things that you are doing in your code. So use 2 to 3 functions, so that will impress your interviewer. So these are the basic things that you should not do. And one thing also, never miss the chance of asking the interviewer a question at the end. Every interviewer at the end of the round will ask that, do you have any questions to the interviewer? So always be willing to say yes, and this will show your interest to the company. So always have a question ready for all the interviewers. Okay, and one of the more error that people do in the interview round is that directly jumping on the most optimal solution. So even if you know the most optimal solution, don't try to give the most optimal solution in the first go. Always give the brute force solution and keep on optimizing the solution. So there will be a very good impression that yes, you are able to optimize the solution on spot. So never jump to a optimal solution. Always give a brute force solution and then start optimizing your solutions. Okay, so coming to my best interview experience, like in the internship season, I had 8 to 9 interviews. So the best interview that I had was at Microsoft. In the first technical round, the interviewer was a guy of like 24 to 25 years of age, and he was very interactive, and the questions that he had was fully of competitive coding background. And if you start interacting with an interviewer, he or she will also start asking about your like personal life and how you started competitive coding. So everything like this was discussed. So yeah, the Microsoft round was one of the best rounds that I had. Like, very good questions and very good interaction with the interviewer. Okay, so my last words will be like, never panic, keep coding, keep giving your best, keep applying for various interviews, keep going off campus, keep applying on campus. Never feel depressed. Even if you're not able to qualify for the first week or in the second week, never feel depressed, because it's always a yes until it's a no. So at last I will only like to say that कहाँ जाकर रुकने थे रास्ते, कहाँ मोड़ था उसे भूल जा. कहाँ जाकर रुकने थे रास्ते, कहाँ मोड़ था उसे भूल जा. वो जो मिल गया उसे याद रख, वो जो नहीं मिला उसे भूल जा. थैंक यू.